What's up, guys? Joey and Hallie here. Life Beyond the Jersey, episode 5,
Five. I
not
can't
4.
believe
5.
we've made it to five all the
We did
way.
5. We committed to 5.
We have committed to
That's-
five,
that's-
and we're committing to many more
That's
after
the
the money
commitment.
we've invested into
Please.
this now. If you've noticed, we're getting a little bit better gear every episode.
We got laptops, mixers, cameras, not iPhones,
Yeah, this one's recorded on an actual camera.
fancy bottles behind us,
Fan-
TV.
A TV. Thank God we got a TV back there.
Episode 5, and as always, all of our episodes are just stories about our lives or our guests' lives and kind of the trials and tribulations of our experiences. And although we don't suggest you follow in our path, hopefully you can learn from us and take something from it to not make the same mistakes we did.
Yeah, we've all made dumb mistakes, but we're here to tell you about them, not so you can do them, so you can not do them.
And
I feel like we've said that the last few episodes, and we haven't told any crazy stories that like reflect that. But we're just gonna keep that disclaimer.
no, but my
up.
mom was like adamant about like that. I need to make sure that
It's fair. That's a good call out.
it's a good HR call.
It's a good call
It's
out.
very safe. Today we're going to talk about leadership styles, coaching styles, and kind of what impacted you as a youth athlete, or impacted us as youth athletes to now professionals, and like how you've taken some of those styles with you into your own leadership roles.
Love it.
Not only like training that we do for the kids, but like in our other jobs and our professional management. So
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to start?
I can start. So for me, I had my dad was like my coach for a long time, and he is actually like in the Hall of Fame for two high schools, at least one, for football, like coaching football. So it's Palmer. It's called Palmer High School in Miami. He got inducted to the Hall of Fame and has coached football his whole life. Never really coached baseball. Wasn't a big baseball guy. My dad played football. So coaching style in football versus coaching style in baseball, obviously very different. He's more of like in your face, loud, and like I guess very the masculine, like I'm gonna bring out the best in you. But in football, you have to because it's an aggressive sport. So I learned a lot from him as a baseball coach, where it was very different. So I don't know if my dad like I never really coached kids other than like high school kids and definitely not like youth kids. So I think his learning style or coaching style was a work in progress, and he learned a lot how to coach kids. And I think it's what like probably you and myself right now are struggling with is that like there are some kids who you can coach, and then there's some kids that you need to like baby.
Yeah.
And like for me, I always appreciated coaches that were loud and showed emotion and sometimes cursed and like not got in your face, but like triggered that and tested that like manhood side of you, versus like the super soft and like we should all participate together. And like I just didn't do well with that. So like there was a coach of mine who when we were kids, I think we were like 9 or 10 years old, and we were a really good travel team, but he would yell and he would curse, and it was like just a loud like Latin guy, and him and my dad got along well, but my dad was the other side of it. My dad was more of like calm, cool, collected, firm. He was like emotional, gonna yell and just to yell. Like there was like might not even be worth yelling about. It could have been a great play, and he's yelling at you how great it was. You could miss the ball, and it was also equally yelling at you how bad it was. So, but what I have found is that like in athletic specific, I never liked the like passive aggressive coaches. Like if I sucked, I wanted you to tell me I sucked, and like just lay it on me. But if I did well, I wanted to hear it loud too. I didn't want it to only be like, oh well, if he doesn't, he doesn't really praise you because you. No, I want it to be both. When you tell me I suck and tell me that I'm great, like at the same time.
I don't know where this tangent's gonna go. When I was younger, I've always had the coach that was like in my face, screaming at me. Honestly, one of the coaches that I am the closest to still to this day was like my travel ball coach when I was like 10, 12, maybe 14. I don't know. I don't remember how far up we went with him. But he was the coach that was like, he expected perfection out of us. He taught us grit. He taught us like how to make it hurt when you put a tag on somebody, like made you like an aggressive ball player, but like in a good way. Not like we're gonna go hurt these kids just cause like
we're gonna be firm.
We're gonna play with intention.
Yeah.
And I mean, still to this day, his daughter is one of my best friends. Like, we've been best friends since we were 10 years old. But so he was that super stern. He was a cop. So he was like, he was in it. You know what I'm saying? And he was also like this super country, just like hardcore gritty dude.
Yeah.
I respected him. He made me cry a lot as a kid. Not a lot, but there was a few times where, emotions got high, made me cry, but I wiped the tears and we're like, it's like, you're right. Like, let me get back out there and go be a little badass, But once I got into college, I feel like it changes a little bit once you get older, because as you're older, you're not making mistakes because you don't know.
Yeah.
You're making mistakes because it's like, oh, that was a mental mistake, or oh, like my head wasn't in the right place before that pitch and I just took a bad first step. It's like, it's mistakes, but you made those mistakes.
Or you're lazy about it.
Yeah, right? They're not intentional,
right.
But like, I don't know how I'm trying to say this. I don't need a grown man to tell me as a grown woman. I don't need him to scream in my face and cuss in my face, spit in my face, not hook to it, but like spitting from the screaming in my face because I took a bad first step. Like, trust me, I know I made a bad first step.
Right.
So I think as I got older, I took that coaching style more disrespectfully, because it's like, we're all grown here. You can tell me, like, now if I'm making mistake after mistake, tell me to get my shit together.
Yeah.
But if I make one error during a 3-game series, you don't need to jump down my throat.
Yeah, and I feel it too. Like, and I feel, it's funny, as I got older, it was very much like I had trouble with the assistant coaches because they were very much age gap was closer.
Yes.
And it was like,
especially the grad assistants.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. Like, you got a job to, and I understand it. But for me, and still to this day, when I see people coaching their kids or like, and we'll get into it in a second about like how we coach, but like, if you can't do it at a high level, how are you going to teach it? Yeah. Like, if you want me to do whatever it is, a burpee or whatever, because it's a punishment, and you can't get up and down off the ground 10 times, like, I it's hard for me to be like, so even in professional life, it was like, it's hard for me to take direction from somebody who isn't actively contributing.
100%.
So if you're not like bringing some value and you're just like on me, then I have trouble like recognizing that and respecting that. Well, like, the difference was when we were kids, we got like if our coaches were explaining a drill to us, my dad, the assistant coaches, most of them would be able to execute said drill at a high level to show you that translates.
100%.
So when I'm hitting with some of these girls in the cages and I like want them to feel something, or I'll usually grab their bat and I'll just take a swing and and I'll try and show them, and hopefully I hit it right. And then if I don't, I do it again. But it's like, it's like, oh, okay, that kind of translates. So I have trouble with leadership or management when like either you haven't done it or you can't currently do it.
Yeah.
I don't expect some 60-year-old man to do a 60-yard dash. You've probably done it in your past. But 100%. Like the grad assistants that are like in your face, like, all right, boys, 5 a.m. run the line. Okay, cool. But like, you show up late or you're not the first one there, then like, I never liked when it was like, all right, everybody there at 5 a.m. and everybody's there at 4:45, so we're not late. And the grad assistant shows up at 5:01 to open it. Like, no, man, you should probably be the first one there.
I never had that in college. Like, all of our grad assistants, assistant coaches, they were all very punctual. Like, but we had a 30-minute. Like, we had to be everywhere 30 minutes before.
Was that a team thing or a you thing?
A team thing. But it was kind of implemented by like our team leaders.
Yeah. Mine with my dad was, I think Vince Lombardi said it, it was, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, ours was 30. It was like if you weren't 30 minutes early and it wasn't because of like class or I'm coming straight from a lab or something, it was like, where are you? You're late.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, practice starts at 4, but like we start at 4. We're walking out of the locker room and heading down to the field 15 minutes prior. So 15 minutes before that, you need to be here with putting your clothes on.
Do you feel like I'm going to use the word aggressive, but do you feel like the aggressive or like loud and like coaching style in your youth shaped you to have accountability for yourself as an adult?
Absolutely, 100%. I think if I was baby coached through my youth, I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did. I also think that it shaped me as a person completely, like outside of sport as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it made me not soft.
I see
and I'm glad. Like I don't want to be soft.
I think there's two sides to it, right? I see a lot of like parents or coaches that are like super soft and you're trying to be empathetic, and there's a place for that.
Yeah.
I think that's a car ride home, or but like on the field, it should be empowering, but also like you're building character. So you have to break away some of the mold of like, oh no, she's just nervous, or he's like he's scared of the ball. Fine, you have to get hit by the ball then. Like you need to get hit by the ball so you know that doesn't kill you.
100%.
Like there's like it's funny. There's these little kids who. There's one kid that I work with, and he's a sweet kid, 5 or 6 years old, I think he is, and he always wears his helmet, and but he's scared of the ball.
Like he fields with his helmet on?
No, like when we hit off a tee, he wants to wear his helmet.
Interesting.
I said, fine, cool. So I always toss. I'm lazy, and I don't put the ball on the tee. I throw them.
Yeah,
the ball
I do that for outside pitches. Yeah. I'm not.
I just do it for
across
all.
there.
I do it for all. So I'll throw him a ball, and he'll catch it with the wrong hand. So I do use it as like a hand-eye coordination. I say, catch it with your glove hand, put it on the tee. Every time he catches it with the wrong hand, when he puts it on the tee, I just throw it and hit him off the helmet. and I said, he goes, the first time it was like, and I said,
scared him.
You're good? He goes, yeah, I think so. I said, okay, so it didn't hurt? He goes, I don't think so. I said, okay, so the ball doesn't hurt. Okay, cool. And then we progressed to like, I'll do front toss, and every once in a while he'll start goofing around. So the next front toss will just throw it at his butt, and he'll like get hit by it. And the first time he's like, ah, and I said, you good? He goes, yeah, I'm okay. And I said, okay, so the ball doesn't hurt. And it's like, there's little things that you can do
it's
to
like
empower
learned
the
behaviors.
kid. Yeah. And it's like, they're scared of the ball because whatever reason, but it's like, you can't be a hard ass to a 4-year-old.
100%.
Like an 11-year-old, like that 10 to 16, like,
time to grit up.
Yeah. I mean, depending on like what, but your kid's gonna get to high school and college, and they're gonna get bullied. Like even I got bullied. So like you're gonna get bullied. You're gonna make fun of. If it's mommy and daddy can't save you, then like what have you done in that prepubescent like
developmental years?
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Well, I don't know. When I first started doing lessons, I had a lot of young kids. Like I had a lot of like, we've never touched a bat before. And I'm like, oh God, how do I do this? Because I am the type of person that I'm like, I run that crap like it's the military. And that's what honestly has kept me from coaching travel ball, because kids nowadays are so soft. I'm like, I'm going to have parents hating me because I'm screaming at their kids or yelling at them because they threw their glove on the bench instead of setting it on the bench, like stuff like that. So whenever I started getting those young kids, I was like, oh my God, I don't know how to handle these little fragile things. Yeah. So I was very like, I would talk to their parents after like the first or second lesson. Like if I knew they were going to stay consistent for maybe a few weeks or a couple months or whatever, I was like, listen, like I expect like not perfection, but I expect them to want to be here kind of thing.
Progress,
and like,
at least.
Yeah. Like I want them here. So I was like, if I cross the line, just tell me.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh no, put him to work. Like do your thing.
Most parents are like that. Some aren't. And it's interesting. I had a kid the other day who played baseball or whatever it was. And he young 5-year-old, 6-year-old. And he was hitting off the tee fine. And then he was like, hey, I want you to throw the ball at me. I want to hit. I said, okay, cool. And he kept swinging and missing, and he started crying. And his parents are like, "It's okay, it's okay." And I after a minute, I was like, "Hey, like, you mind if I like, can you just like step away and like let me like work with him for a minute?" And they were cool about it up to a point. But he was like, he would swing and miss, and he would look back, and he would swing, and he would just get. And the mom would be like, "Deep breath, like it's okay, you can." And it's just like, dude, like, I get to feel your feelings and you need to like be empathetic. But like if every time he messes up, he looks for you, there we have to break that mold.
Yeah, that's a behavior being learned right there, not reacting off of his true feelings, what he actually thinks.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, but like again, I was blessed also. Andre Dawson, who is in the Hall of Fame for the MLB. If you don't know who that is, he's played for the Cubs and the Marlins. But his son was on my little league team, so he was like also a coach. So when somebody said, "Hey, this is how you do a drill," this guy who just played 30 years in the, would do it, and like he would show you that like this is how it's done, and it's like, okay, you have a resume, you're actually doing it. I know who you are, your fan. Like that was cool to see too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just, for me, the biggest thing is like, and I want to have a day at DBAT where we have like, dads come hit off the machine and like that, like, you know, if it's so easy, you do it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because it's the intention is right.
Yeah.
Like the intention is right. And this is what I want to get to next is like our lessons, but the intention about what they're saying is right. The knowledge and the application is often wrong. And I think for me, what I mean by that is, even as I'm doing lessons, I will sit there and scroll TikTok or scroll the pages that I follow and like find drills that I think are relatable, but I don't maybe understand. And then I'll go do it myself to see if I can feel a difference.
Right.
And then I'll give it to Kenna or Grayson or somebody to try out.
Yeah.
And what I've learned about coaching is that there's not a right or a wrong in a lot of these things. Like there are fundamentals that you have to have, but a lot of it is like guesswork. And a lot of it is like, I'm going to try these set of like 10 drills and see which one relates to you best.
Yeah.
And for me, that's new because I don't really know all the time if it's going to translate. And some of the biggest hurdles are like getting it to translate to a 7th grader versus a senior versus like a middle school kid. And it's like, they can't even like, if you ask a middle schooler to like rotate their hips without turning their shoulders, it takes them like 7 or 8 times to like sit there and think about it. Where if I ask Kenna to do it, it would take her immediately. A time.
Yeah. I think that it definitely does vary kid to kid, because I have figured out, I mean, I've been doing lessons for a year and a half, like consistently now at DBAT. Well, almost 2. Jeez, the year's gone by. It depends on the kid. I've had, Madison Clouser, she's like maybe 9-10. She's in the 9 to 11 range. That kid, if you tell her like, hey, lift your hands and rotate your hips before your shoulder, she's got
look at
it.
her mom. Like her mom is
100%.
Like,
her mom played college softball.
See, I didn't know that, but it looks like her mom's always in there and she's fit and like.
Oh, she's jacked.
And, so like, again, Madison has probably seen the athletic side of her. I don't know the dad, but actually I have met the dad. Has probably seen athletics and movement and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And has probably been being taught some kind of something.
100%. But whereas Regan, who I have every week, she doesn't respond as well to drills. Like I've tried to do drills with her to fix things, and they don't translate. It almost sets us back. So that's why you see is sometimes I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything with her, but she does best and progresses best just from T work.
Yeah.
And I can tell her like, push more with your backhand, or, pull more with your front hand. And like, she gets it. If I do a drill to try to fix her top hand, bottom hand or anything, it's like when we swing off a tee and it's like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
So it's like, I think it definitely varies kid to kid on how they respond to cues, I guess you could say. How
did it translate for you into like adult life? Like what, I guess, impact did the hard ass like coach and then like the, like what am I looking to say? What have you taken with you into a professional life that you think has been instilled in you from like a younger?
Okay. So I think because I was raised with such hard ass coaching, and it made me kind of, I was always perfection was always expected from me.
Yeah.
So now I kind of expect that from other people. So at my last job, where I was in charge of 40 odd people who were all young or who were all older than me, when I asked them to do something, I expected it to get done. So whenever I came back around a few days later and checked in, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that," it drove me up a freaking wall. Because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Tell you go run laps? Like, I can't. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'd be like, are you kidding me? You're 36 years old. I asked you to send me a freaking analytics report a week ago, and you haven't opened one platform, like one program to do so?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to do that. Oh, well, when were you going to ask? You know, I don't know if it's translated the best. That's why I now work for myself.
But it's also like, for me, and this is like where I struggle the most, is that some people just don't have high level
IQ.
attainment skills, like, or IQ
Yeah,
as well.
no,
But
yeah.
like, some people don't care if the email is sloppy, or
Yeah.
if the PowerPoint is done right, or at DBAT, like, there is very evident when certain people close and some people don't.
Oh,
Like,
I can
so
only imagine. I go in that bathroom. Sometimes it looks like homecoming week. Somebody
Right.
rolled the bathroom. I'm
Right.
like, I can go in the bathroom and tell you who's working the front desk.
Yeah. So for me, like, in professional life, like, I've had to figure out how to get the best out of people who my best and what I think is acceptable doesn't align with what their acceptable like measure is.
Mhm.
And managing people, there is no, all right, 10 laps. Hey, 100 push-ups. Like, there's not that. And you have to, with such red tape, to figure out how to empower people, because you can't push them too hard and they can only work certain times. And it's like, dude, like, I've just, what has taken from a young age with me is, if I want to do something, like, I don't want to just do it. I want to do it great. Now, that being said, I suck at reading books, and I suck at like staying consistent with my like journaling and like that stuff. But like, on a performance-based education thing, like, not education, performance-based, like sales, lessons, like promoting yourself, like, it bothers me I can't even explain to you how much it bothers me. The fact that we pay you to be available for these kids, instructors, to use, and nobody uses it. Like, I have to tell them to use you.
Oh,
like,
like
create content.
kid.
Like, to create content.
Me individual.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
you
you.
meant like instructors.
No.
I was like,
Like,
wait.
It bothers
Yeah,
me.
you would think that they would want to, because it helps them. But I'll get a text. Last week I got a text 2 hours before somebody wanted me to be up there to film a video. I was like, no. I told him no. It's like
2 hours.
2 hours. I live an hour away.
Yeah.
I was at the gym. I was like, no.
All right. I mean, and that's
It's
an
like, let's
appropriate
schedule
response.
something for next week. Like,
Right.
it's the middle of the week. Hey, can you come up here at 3? It's 12:30. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's appropriate. That's an appropriate response, and that's why, like, and again, because they're all 1099, we can't make them do anything. But like, Jackson's taking it upon himself to, like,
No, he's killing it.
but he made his own page, and somebody said something the other day to me. It was like, well, a lot of our videos are just you, Joey. And I said, you think I want to be promoting myself? I said,
Yeah.
no, I arguably lose money every time I do a lesson, because I pay myself higher than other people. So, like, I'd rather you guys do the lessons, but nobody wants to promote themselves, and therefore I do what's best for the business.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's interesting to see how the millennials, and I guess Jackson's what, Gen Z?
Yeah, he's young. He's younger than he looks.
He's 19.
Is he really? Oh my god, I thought he was like 21.
No, he's 19.
Are
so-
you sure?
Yeah, he graduated college. He came straight from high school. He came straight from high school to DBAT.
Oh my god.
He's in college right now.
You gotta. That's wild. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. Continue.
But he's like decided. I have my foot up. He's like decided to do this whole social media thing we're talking about. He goes, yeah, it takes me like 13 seconds to make a video, and then I just cap cut it and put it, like, I walk into the gym, make a video, and then I post it. And he goes, I'm posting once a day for 365 days. That's
he told me that too, and I think he told us that to hold himself accountable.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. And he, like, when he was deciding to start doing this, like, even if like a while back when he was like, oh, I want to buy microphones, like, what should I get? He was texting me, like, asking for help, which I think is incredible.
Yes, I think it's like,
he was like, what do you use to edit? How do you do this? What mic should I use? What's the best way to cut this? Like, and he had like a logo done on ChatGPT, and I redid it for him and sent him, and he was like, "Oh my god, this is so much better. Thank you so much."
I mean, I think like teaching, when you're in college, and it's funny. I think I forgot who said it. It might have been Charlie Kirk, that like college is like just the biggest scam, because like unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, like it's just not, because a lot of things aren't relatable skills, and
100%.
like college is important because of the connections you make and the skills you learn just through doing life. But the transferable skills that I've learned after college are so much more impactful than the ones I learned in college, because I was just there to play baseball. And I feel like it, like, yes, I got to live alone. Yes, I learned how to like cook for myself. Yes, I learned how to like navigate different personalities and cultures and backgrounds, but like real life translatable skills, how to balance a checkbook, like all those things that we don't do anymore.
I was about to say, I don't
like
think
bank
anybody has
account and like
checkbooks anymore.
credit cards and like all that, like nobody, they don't teach you that in college.
Yeah.
So I think like it came from the coaching, it came from the mentors and the people in my life who have like showed me how to do these things. And a lot of it was my dad, which is great, my mom, but my uncles and just professors who took you outside of class and like had a conversation, outside the confines of what you're allowed to and what you're not allowed to talk about. And I think for me, I always appreciated like the people the coaching styles, like who either have done it in their past and can show you that they've done it, or still currently do it, but on a smaller scale, because now they're leading people. Yeah. And so like some of my favorite management styles and my favorite bosses was somebody who, it might've been once a month or once a quarter or twice, but they would come out and grind with me and then make a success happen.
100%.
Not just like, hey, what did you do? Hey, look, my team did this. And it's like, yeah, but like what contribution to that did you have? Because you didn't, arguably, I don't need anybody to manage me. I can just go out and like, give me the goal and I'll go do it myself.
Right.
But if you can come help me and come like make something happen with me, it's way more impactful for both of us.
1000%. Whenever I got promoted to like running the sports card company, my older brother said something to me. He was like congratulating me on my promotion, and then he was like, don't let this power go to your head. Never, like, if there's a long job, like do it with them, like do it with your employees, and that's how you're gonna gain your respect. Is like, don't be the boss, be like the leader that also like gets down and dirty with them, like in the work, And I think that's true. I think it's true.
No, it's for listen, I can only speak for me, but it's 100% true. Like I have a hard time respecting people who
bark orders,
and then like want to tell you how you could have done X, Y, and Z better without actively coming to do anything.
100%.
Like come like I told one of my most recent bosses, I was like, I don't need you to be here, but I know part of your like the way you get paid is that you have to be here. But if you're going to be here, I don't need you like with me. I need you like going to do like contribute. So like go make something happen somewhere else, and I'll go follow up on it. I don't need a shadow.
Yeah, because I mean, 2 people doing one job. What's the point in that?
No, it's me chauffeuring her around and like.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there doesn't need to be 2 people overseeing one thing.
A lot of times. But a lot of people like want like that to happen. It's like, oh, well, I want to see what you're doing. If I'm doing my job the right way, if I'm not doing my job the right way, you'll see the numbers. Like, especially in a sales job.
Right.
It's either going to be, A, the market trends are down, so I'm either equal with the trends or just better, or B, I'm tanking and then there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
But if I'm not doing either of that, then what are we talking about?
Yeah, definitely.
We got to fix these.
We just need better ones,
Yeah.
I think.
If anybody would like to sponsor us
and
buy us better mic booms.
We need mic arms.
They keep like, if you don't have it at a right angle, it keeps like.
It's running back.
It's Halloween. Is it Terrifier? The clown?
What is that?
The Terrifier clown?
I don't do scary anything. Anyways, okay, let's shift from like leadership as far as like coaches and bosses into like leadership on the team.
Yeah.
There's many different leadership styles.
Yeah, mine sucked.
Like personally or like your teammates?
No, me as like my leadership styles. And like,
I was going to say, were you a leader?
I was a leader, but I didn't lead appropriately, I don't think.
Okay.
I expected
perfection.
Just effort and
Okay.
like timeliness and like, wow, we told a story once. And like, and my buddy TJ Bergman, he was a bullpen catcher for the Astros, and now he's a hitting coach for the Astros. And
Oh,
I
cool.
talked to him the other day. He said he would love to come on.
That'd be awesome.
He was my catcher in college, but and he'll tell you like I got into like, oh, I got into like physical altercations, like not fights, but like in your face, shoving, like
Yeah, putting your hands on him.
like I mean not even like put my hands on him so much, but like I was in your face, and I was like all the things. If you were lazy, if you were late, if you were the reason why we had to continue doing this punishment run that we were doing because you were jogging, like I caused us a lot of punishment running. We were the party house, and like that's what we were in college. But I was very much like, you were there. We all knew what could happen. So now don't be the reason why we have to keep running. Like, yes, I shouldn't have done it. I'm probably the reason why we're here running. I got caught, but you were also there.
Yeah.
So like, let's just thug it out together and we'll go from there. But what has caused me a lot of issues in college and sports is that like in an athletic scenario, I don't do well with disrespect, and I don't do well with people talking crazy. Like I like there's an action and then there's a reaction, and like my reaction, and it's never like I don't ever fight, but I do get like in your face and like, okay, well, go, you said it, come taste my face, like let's talk about it.
Like,
And it's put me on my ass a couple times, and it has not put me on my ass a couple times too. So like it's just I didn't lead well, and I think there's a certain level of confrontation that should happen in terms of like calling somebody out, putting them on blast, and like getting them to recognize that, okay, that was wrong, and like let's fix it, versus a physical like shoving match.
Yeah, I wonder how different that is to male to female, because I could see like in baseball or a male sport that kind of leadership cannot be successful just because like y'all are all so like
Yeah.
all rage heavy. I would say that I was a similar type of leader. I think I put my hands on somebody one time, but it was like a stop. It was like a stop. Put my hands, not a like
Yeah.
I'm pushing you kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I was also the leader that like expected not perfection, but I expected you to try for perfection. Obviously, we played sports of failure. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. But I expected everybody's best foot forward every single day. Obviously, I know that, people are going to have bad days, but lack of effort is a choice.
Yeah.
And I was heavy on that. We had a captain's like squad at Tarleton, and I think my coach put it together very well. We had the like silent leader who really very heavily led by example, showed up on time, did everything she needed to do, led by example, but wasn't the voice, So we had her, and she was also a very big voice of reason too, which I don't know if she really knows that, but
we need that.
Whenever we would have like our little captain squad meetings, she always had like great input. So we had like our quiet voice of reason. We had our lead by I'm gonna hit the crap out of the ball. Like watch me work hard.
Yeah.
But maybe not do everything right outside of the field.
So
what I'm saying?
on the field stud, but off the field.
Yeah. Off the field kind of mediocre.
Yeah.
Just existed. I was the one who, if you weren't doing the little things right or weren't doing what you're supposed to do, you were gonna know.
You were the enforcer.
Yeah.
The Chihuahua.
And there was like
one of the little yapping dogs at your ankles.
No,
or you were the herding dog.
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I guess it's kind of one and the same. Anyways, and then we had like our like freshman leader to kind of keep the younger kids on track. But I think that was a good little like leader ball.
Segment,
yeah. But I think you definitely need all of those counterparts like to have the respect of everybody, because like I wasn't like always in your face, get your crap together. It was only when it was needed. So I think whenever I did speak up and did like get hot, it was like, she's right. Like, let's get our shit together. Let's
Yeah,
go.
I think
You know what I mean?
we never had in college for me like a dedicated leadership group. It was always just the seniors, seniority,
Yeah, ours wasn't like that.
and like that's not like. But my thing was like, you're gonna come party at my house. We're gonna come drink at the bar. We're gonna party together. We're gonna party hard. We'll have fun. But I expect the same like
Energy and
energy,
effort on the
effort,
field and in
like
the
on the
weight
field.
room.
So like
Yeah,
we can do this, we can do that, but we also need to be able to do that. And if that starts to suffer because of that, then like
we're done.
we're like you're done.
Yeah.
Don't you're not allowed to come over. Don't
Yeah.
come over. Go figure out somewhere else. to be.
100%.
I don't
Or
know
if
what to
they're
tell you.
coming over causing drama,
Yeah.
causing
Or
crap.
come
yeah.
over and you sit in the corner and watch us. Like it
You
was
watch
it was
us
very
have a good
much like it's very much consequential, like consequences to like your actions, and I don't necessarily agree with, but I think it's because we had no leadership core. There was no true leader. It was just the seniors are the leaders. So
Yeah. I don't necessarily agree with the whole senior leadership thing because
some people
you
are meant to lead.
not everybody's meant to be a leader.
Yeah, I agree. What is like? What do you think? What has lessons and doing lessons taught you, or help you grow in the most?
I think taking every kid as an individual and learning each individual kid's like how they receive cues, how they listen, how they give themselves cues and stuff like that. I think I mean I love it. At first, when I first started doing lessons, I really wasn't in love with it.
Yeah.
One, I was working like 15-hour days between 9 to 5 and then going up there and then going home and continuing to work. I was exhausted and burnt out. So that played a big deal into it. But now that I've like slowed down my lessons, I'm only available 2 days a week because I'm so freaking busy. But going to the facility and hitting with like my kids, like I love it, and I think it's probably softened me up a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, I see that. Like, it's definitely working with these younger kids has given me a insight into like what Mavericks like the future with him are gonna
yeah,
look
I'm
like.
sure that's completely different for you.
And like I don't know that I'm not gonna not be able to coach him because like that's just it's not gonna I'm gonna have to coach him at some point. Like that's just I will not be able to as a dad. Like, but I don't want to be his coach.
Yeah, I wouldn't be his coach after like 10.
I want to maybe I'll coach the team or maybe I'll
Yeah.
be like what, but I don't want like it's very much like you will have a hitting coach.
Yeah.
I'm not your hitting coach.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for advice. Ask your hitting coach.
Kids don't listen to their parents anyways. I can't tell you the amount of kids like whose parents will bring them in for like a first or second lesson or whatever, and I'll say something and it immediately clicks for the kid, and the parents are like, I've been telling her to do that for 6 months.
But it's like I don't want you to ask me to contradict whatever coach you have.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm your dad. I'm paying somebody to be your coach.
Yeah.
Or
so you listen to them. I'm not
so
paying myself.
that is you ask your coach.
Yeah.
You go 0 for 4 and you can ask me about your swing. I might give you but go talk to your coach.
Yeah.
I had it's funny because like my nephew's of the age now where like sophomore year and all the things, and his dad texted me yesterday. He just played in a showcase and he had a rough showcase. So I texted the coach and I asked him what he could do better. My head as a coach, I don't want your dad texting me.
No,
I'd rather you text
to come up to me. Yeah.
Hey coach, what can I do better? I don't want the parents texting me. I would rather have the kid come up to me and say, hey, like I did a lesson with a girl yesterday and she said, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. How do we, okay, cool. We worked on it. I don't like when they're old enough to speak for themselves and the parents still have to tell you, hey, so I'm seeing this in the games and I want to say, no, well, what does the kid think about it?
Yeah.
You're not swinging the bat. They are.
I think it's a big developmental stage in kids' lives too to start doing that. Like Regan, she's 11. She like the way she handles her game is like way older than what she is because her dad drops her off and he goes and sits in the car. He doesn't want to be part of the distraction. He has given me full reign to like implement all of my like ideologies, but like ideologies on softball, of course, and like how you should be as a human to me. And like the last few months, you've like there's been such a shift in her game. Like she'll come up to me. I did this in my tournament. I'm like, okay, well, why do you think you did that? I don't know. And then we break it down, right? So it's like teaching that growth. Yeah. But if her dad was in there, well, not maybe her specifically, but yeah, kids' parents being there and like barking and chiming in, like, no, let this kid think for himself, because if you're saying he's dropping his hands, then he's not thinking about the fact that he's dropping his hands. Like, you want them to be able to feel it and then make the adjustment off of that.
The best lessons I have are the parents who do the least.
100%.
The
1000%.
ones who are like talking to their kid when they get frustrated or like are just my opinion, the slower developers. Like you
Absolutely.
let them cry in the cage.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
Like I got it. Like
Yeah,
let
we'll
him
work
throw a
through that.
fit, let him throw it, like pout. Because at some point, for me, the boys, let's go outside. Let's talk about it.
Mhm.
Oh, you can't control your emotions? Okay, well then let's like, hey, you're doing the same thing over and over again. Fix it. Hey, now you're wasting my time because we've been talking about it for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Every time you do it, we're doing 10 push-ups or whatever it is. Like at some point there has to be accountability. And I think the whole like pouting and like, I can only coach them 1 day out of the week.
Right.
But if you're going to come consistently to me, then there are going to be some changes that I implement. Then, and I put it on the parents and I say, hey, I'm giving your kid homework, but I'm also giving you homework. The homework is tell me if they don't do this X, Y, and Z times. Yeah. Don't make them do it. Just tell me if they don't do it.
Tell me what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
There's a, and this is for all the parents out there, golden nugget, right? Your kid does not need to be playing on 4 different teams in 3 different age groups. Like you don't need to have the seventh, the middle schooler weekend playing varsity softball at the private school because the school sucks and you think your daughter is good enough. Like she's in 7th or 8th grade playing with 18-year-olds. You don't need to have that happen like that.
Yeah.
There's just too much locker room talk. Like there's too much. I mean, too much. Like even the freshman boys and the senior boys, too much. Like your kid doesn't need to play rec ball, travel ball, showcase ball, and whatever else ball. Your kid should play ball
and pick up ball and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Find something and stick to it.
And let me see if I can pull this up. What are your thoughts on like playing so many different things?
So when I was growing up, I played all the different sports. I did pretty much everything except for soccer and tennis. Like I was competitive in gymnastics and then moved into like getting competitive into softball. But it was always, once it got to like the competitive softball, like travel ball, it was okay, you have to pick. So I didn't burn out. And my parents were like, we're not doing competitive gymnastics and travel softball. Like you got to pick one. And then honestly, I think there was only 1 year that I played. Ours was called Dixie ball in Louisiana. Like it's rec. But so I played 1 year of rec ball for 1 year I played rec ball and travel ball. After that year, it was just travel ball. It was like, there's no point in playing little league, rec, and travel ball. It's like, find one and stick to one.
Yeah. It's funny. So the MLB is implementing an amateur recovery period, which is a dead period for draft eligible players from October 15th to January 15th for high school and November to January for college. So what that means is during that time period,
compete.
The MLB personnel cannot scout or evaluate baseball activities. So when you're doing all these showcases from October to January, and stop. MLB can't talk to you anyways. They can't come see you play. And the first thing it says,
that's not going to keep kids from doing it though.
Why the scouting dead period was instituted. Number 1, first thing on the list.
Injuries.
Primary reason is to address the rise in amateur pitching injuries by providing players with as much needed rest as recovery period. Reduce overuse and maximum effort. And it's because your kid, and this is a DBAT plug too, your kid needs to train.
Yeah.
They don't need to play 12 months out of the year.
Yeah.
There has to be a training period. So from October to January, shut it down. Get in the weight room. Yeah. Go do lessons. Get better. Recover.
Godly.
You can still hit. You can still do band work. You can still do arm. You don't need to be throwing live game. And the problem is nowadays, everything is max effort.
Mhm.
So there is no like slow introductory to like a throwing program. My nephew got to college or to high school, and there was no like, hey, we're gonna slowly start throwing again. It was game speed.
Day one,
You're,
here we
day
go.
one, here we go. 150 throws from the infield. Infield like, and his mom was like, well, he hasn't thrown in 4 weeks. Coach said, no, we're doing infield outfield 150 throws. Why?
Wild.
For what reason? For what reason?
Wild.
Like
I'm sure coaches do that in the weight room and stuff too, and cause
100%.
injuries, back injuries, hamstring, everything.
100%.
My first year at Tarleton, we had a horrible lifting anything at Southern Arkansas. We didn't.
Yeah.
It was bad. When I got to Tarleton, that was the first time I was like strength coach, strength and conditioning coach, whole nine. And when I got there, I did one of the summer workouts because I moved in a few weeks early, and I was like, oh crap, like I'm screwed. But then we got in there and we slowly built up because of injuries.
Yeah, because you want to ramp it. Veronica just sent me, I've been sending it to some of my girls. It's their workout plan and nutrition plan.
Oh, they got a nutrition plan. Nice, that's awesome.
Right. So I said, there's a girl that said she wants to play for Oklahoma, and I said that's amazing.
Yeah.
I said I get it.
My 11-year-old wants to play for Oklahoma
Right.
too.
And I said I get it, and I hope you do. I said, but this is a mid-level D1. I think Southern
It's mid-major.
Yeah, it's mid-major.
Southeastern,
Said,
yeah.
This is what Southeastern Louisiana at a mid-major does.
Now, that's not saying they're not good.
No, they're really
went
good.
To
They're
Supers
really, really
last
good.
year. They're great.
They're great.
Southeastern's incredible.
But I said,
and they're so fun to watch.
If you can't do this at minimum, no way you're going SEC, Big Ten. Like you're not going.
Yeah,
you're
Power
not,
5.
Yeah, you're not.
Or I guess 4 now, technically. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
1,000%.
I just think that like from a coaching aspect, and we can start to close up here. There is so many like what I have found to be really impactful is social media has so many good things out there to learn from, but I say that with an asterisk. Asterisk.
Mm-hmm.
If you just take from social media, you don't know necessarily how it's going to translate or what the purpose of it is. I find myself taking drills and then doing them myself to see what I feel.
Yeah.
In an effort to better explain to the athlete what they should or should not feel.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect instance is there's this drill where like you swing and like you kick your back foot backwards. It's like instead of like pivoting, your back foot like comes behind you a little bit. It's like the scissor drill.
Mm-hmm.
So like you would be like this on the line, and your back foot would go this way when you swing. Interesting. Wow. It keep you from being
too open,
too rotational. Okay. on an act. Like if there was a line or a pole between your body, you don't want to rotate around it.
Okay.
You want to push through the pitcher and
okay,
through it. So if your back foot is moving backwards, your hips can't fly open, your shoulder can't fly open.
You have to push forward.
You have to push forward. Okay. So you're pushing forward, and it kind of like
makes sense.
Right. I needed to do it a few times before I put it into application.
Yeah.
And then I had Kenna do it. And she was like, she's so like intelligent and in tune with her body that it took her like 3 or 4 swings to figure out what it was. And then I had her tell me, what are you feeling? Mm-hmm. And then she like related it to me. I had Grayson do it. And it was the complete opposite. It was, I can't do it. This is stupid. Like, but that's just how Grayson works. And then afterwards, she goes, "Why would you want me to swing like that?" I said, "I don't want you to swing like that."
Yeah, nobody wants
to swing like that. And she was like, "Oh, well, you didn't say that." I said, "Fair. I assumed that like that maybe." But
could you imagine?
But that's on me. But that's on me.
Yeah.
For not like that's the difference. Is I explained to Kenna what we're doing, why we're doing it, because I had an hour to work with her. Mm-hmm. I had 30 minutes with Grayson. We just jumped right into it. So it's like now I know for next time when I'm with somebody working on it, I need to explain myself, the reasoning, and then show.
Yeah.
The translation.
Yeah, and then going back to this, like what you were saying about the effects of social media with that is, I assume you were trying to say like get in there, test it out, like see drills on social media and test it out. Don't just do it and like unintentionally. Yeah,
it's like for me with golf, like I try to teach myself how to golf by social media, and I'm doing the right drill for the wrong problem.
That's
so like I'm the problem that I have, the drill that I'm doing is increasing my problem because I'm doing it for like I don't have the problem that I'm working on.
And I can agree with you on that. Like in CrossFit, like I'm trying to get my muscle up right now, and I'm seeing muscle up drills on Instagram, and it's like, well, I don't need that drill.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about my feet getting high enough. My hips aren't getting to the bar,
Right.
you know. But
I think that speaks to like me being able to like use translatable skills from my youth of I received information better when coaches would show me and like could do it.
oh yeah, I'm
You want me to throw a
definitely
curveball? Show me how you throw a curveball.
I'm
Like
definitely a show me kid.
throw a
too.
curveball so I can see you do it, and then I'll try and figure it out. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I'm 100% a show me kid. If you say, "Hey, go do this," it's not happening.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, like Regan, I can tell her.
Yeah.
Most lessons until I just get up to throw front toss, I don't get off the chair. I can tell her, "Hey, fix this, fix that," and she does it.
Yeah. How old is she? 11.
11, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, a year and a half ago when we started working, I was like, I'm gonna have this kid for a month because she was just baby deer, and I was like, oh, she doesn't have it. She got it.
Who was the girl that flexed?
That's Regan.
That's Regan.
Yeah,
Well, she's also like a specimen.
dude. Yeah, she's a unit. She's almost
She's like a baby cat.
almost bigger than me.
Yeah.
She's gotten to the point now where she's like almost bigger than me, and she knows it too. She says it.
Yeah, no, she looked at me and she flexed. Like,
Yeah, she's been working with a trainer. Her dad's been setting her up a gym in the garage, and he said, I've been kind of. I hope she doesn't listen to this. I'm gonna give away my secrets. He came to me a couple months ago, and he was like, I'm struggling with her on like getting her to self motivate and like do stuff at home outside of DBAT. And I was like, okay, let me plant some seeds. So, I planted those seeds. Like, what are your goals? What's your intentions with this? What are you trying to get out of this? And I was like, okay, do you know the steps to get there? Like, you have to do more outside of here. Like, yeah, you're practicing twice a week with your team, but there's 7 days in a week and you need to do stuff at home. And I just planted those little seeds. I didn't say you had to. I said, if you want to get where you want to be, this is how you do it. And maybe a month or so ago, probably about a month ago, he was like, man, I was at work and I got an alert that the garage door opened. And I texted her and I was like, hey, did you open the garage door? And she was like, yeah, I'm about to go do some like band work and tea work in the garage. And he was like, yes. He was like, we did it.
That's awesome.
So it's like, it's just
those little seeds, little nuggets. I mean, it's funny. And in closing, to all the athletes out there, like, at least the boys, because the girls, I don't know if this translates as well, but for the boys, like, I see on TikTok and Instagram every like week, like a group of these like Dominican kids that they're barefoot, they're in sandals, rags. Like they got rags, they don't even have balls.
Yeah, they're using rags as balls,
and they're out there before the sun comes up. Like, so not only are you competing against the rich kids who have the trainers and the bruise bolts and the sliding mitts and all the things and the physician and the hormone therapy and the whatever else they got. Yeah. You're also competing with the kid who has nothing, and it's his only chance to get out, who wants it more than anybody, and is willing to practice barefoot, or like in sandals, like long toss in sandals because they don't have shoes. Yeah. So, I think this game has taught me is that like you are always chasing perfection to always fail. You chase perfection and you will always fail. Yeah. And that is the beauty of it, is falling in love with the process of chasing something that you will never attain. And no matter what you did, no matter how well you pitched or how well you played, it's never going to be perfect. And I think for me, that's why golf is so similar. Also, because I just want to chase being good. And it's like, that's almost impossible. Yeah. So I think, one thing that the hard ass coaching, and my dad told me this, and I try to tell my nephew, I try to tell everybody, is you have decided to walk down a path of forever failure because you chose a sport. I tell my kids that all the time. The first day, if I have like a kid that I've just started working with, the first day they have a bad day and they're looking at me like, what is like, help. Welcome to softball. I literally say, this is softball. You chose the hardest sport. You chose the sport of failure. And I explain the whole, like, this is a sport of failure thing. And they look at me like, oh shit. It's either like, oh shit, you're right, let me go try volleyball, or oh shit, you're right, let's grind, I mean, in closing, for the third time. Yeah, this is the last nugget, is like, if you fail 7 of the 10 times at the plate, you're in the Hall of Fame. That's a
damn good batting average.
300,
Well,
300 average.
let me rephrase that.
Baseball. I don't know about softball.
Listen, that used to be All-American for softball, but with all this sports science and everything now, I mean, shit. I think
6 for
Skylar
10?
Wallace hit like 415 her senior year.
Yeah, but she doesn't count. She's a monster.
She's not the only one that did it, dude.
I know. But
Like, if you look at the batting averages from the last 2 years in the NCAA softball, it's like 400s, mid 400s.
Well, go look at what Skylar Wallace does
ridiculous.
off the field.
Oh, she's an animal.
Yeah.
God.
Shout out Skylar Wallace.
Yeah, no kidding.
Please come on our podcast.
I'll text her after this.
Thanks again, guys. If you haven't done so already, YouTube and Spotify and Instagram, like, share it with a friend, subscribe where you can, and check in next time.
Leave a little comment on Spotify. I want
Yeah.
to see what that does.
Yeah. Give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Tell us what we're doing great, what you don't like, what you want to see, who you want to see.
How all over the place we are.
Tag some people you want to see on the podcast.
Yeah.
See if we can get them on here.
Perfect. See y'all next week.
Later.